Hey guys, how you doing? Back with another video. The MoviChip ATF, is it the correct product for you? So just go through some of the slides that we're going to take care of here. First of all is the requirements of using the MoviChip ATF. What do you need first of all? What is the MoviChip ATF designed for? What is it not designed for? How it works? Why you would use it? The limitations of the product? What it's suited for? And then we'll wrap it up with the summary. So first of all, the requirements. This is very important. The engine needs to be equipped with a narrowband lambda sensor from the factory, and the engine needs to be equipped with a MAF sensor from the factory. So what is the MoviChip ATF designed for? What's it designed to do in effect? It's designed to work on engines which have a similar volumetric efficiency to what they did with the factory, and I'm assuming that the engine program, the engine software hasn't been changed, and the VE is very similar to the volumetric efficiency of the engine is very close to what it was from the factory. So that means modifications such as intakes, intercoolers, catback exhausts, and cars which have just a plain standard engine also. So those are some typical scenarios where you would use the ATF, the MoviChip ATF. What it's not designed for, basically engines which have had big VE changes, i.e. big volumetric efficiency changes, i.e. different camshafts, decats, bigger turbos, different pistons. All these things will require a more in-depth reprogramming of the car's original software. So you're going to need ignition timing is going to need to be changed. And it's going to need to be changed according to RPM. The fueling is going to need to be changed according to RPM also. You're making a big change to the engine which requires a different type of product to the ATF, a more expensive product basically, something like a piggyback ECU, a reflash, or a standalone ECU. The MoviChip ATF is not designed for this kind of these kind of modifications. So how it works, specifically the manual MAF scaling. So the ATF, it scales the MAF sensor signal, so you can reduce it by a certain percentage at idle or low load. You can scale the MAF signal by a certain percentage at medium load, and you can do the same for high load. So with a manual scale, you put in the numbers that you choose, and obviously you're going to be using a wideband lambda sensor to monitor the air fuel ratios, so you know what numbers to put in. So the typical scaling, as you would see in the app, so you'd have like high load at a 0.9. So you're reducing the MAF sensor signal by 10%, medium load 0.8, so you're reducing the MAF signal by 20% at medium load, and then at idle or low load it's going to be a 0.75 multiplier anytime the engine is under that much load, and that's reducing the MAF sensor signal by 25%, for example, which will in turn reduce the fueling by 25%. So that's how the manual scaling works. The ATF has also got automatic scaling, which operates the same way as the manual scaling, except that the ATF will communicate with an Innovate Motorsports wideband lambda sensor, and then the ATF, can constantly be adjusting the scaling, the MAF sensor scaling, as you drive, as it takes the signal from the wideband lambda sensor. So you would put in the airflow ratios that you want. The ATF will constantly monitor the airflow ratios of the engine, and it will dynamically and automatically adjust the MAF scaling as you drive to give you the airflow ratios that you've chosen. So why would you use the MoviChip ATF? The most obvious reason is that you want to change the air fuel ratio. You want to change the fueling of your engine for whatever reason, whether you want to experiment, you want to compensate for small breathing changes like intakes, intercoolers, catback exhaust, basically all those modifications I said in the previous slide. And you want to do that by altering the MAF sensor signal. You want to be able to alter, or you only need to alter the MAF scaling according to load and not RPM. Basically, the tune that you have is okay. The ATF will not compensate for a bad tune. Like I said, you need if you've got a bad tune on the engine, or you've made a big modification of the volumetric efficiency, then you need a product that will get into the timing and can make adjustments according to RPM, which is, like I said, reflashes, standalone ECUs, piggyback ECUs. So you want to alter the MAF scaling according to load only, and you can do that because fundamentally the tune is, in the ballpark. You'd use it because you don't need to alter the ignition timing. The ATF does not have the ability to actively alter the ignition timing of the engine. You'd use it because you changed to a different MAF sensor, so maybe the MAF sensor's got a different diameter. The limitations of the MoviChip ATF, like I said, there's no active ignition timing adjustment. There's no menu in the unit where you can actively adjust ignition timing. So if you need to do that, the ATF is not for you. You don't need to adjust the fueling by RPM. The ATF adjusts fueling by load only. Does not adjust by RPM. Again, you have to basically, the tune that you have in the engine must be, based in the ballpark of being correct. Excuse me. And you don't want to do, you don't want to adjust MAF signal according to MAF signal. So it's suited for engines which are basically ballpark. You just want to make some fine adjustments to the fueling. The ATF is suited for that. If you want to experiment with different AFRs to try for different power levels, i.e. you want to tune your engine by changing the AFRs to experiment with better fuel economy, more power, whatever the case may be, the ATF is good for that. You've made small changes to the injector size, within reason. So maybe you fitted 10% bigger injectors, 15% bigger injectors, and you need to compensate for that to get the fueling back to where you want. Okay, the ATF can be used for that. You've changed the MAF sensor. Maybe you've gone from a 60mm diameter MAF to like an 80mm, or you've just changed the model of the MAF sensor. The ATF can be suited for that. And then you've also got, it's also suitable for engines with minor breathing mods. So basically what I said at the start, catback exhausts, intercoolers, intakes, basically modifications of the engine which do not require ignition timing to be changed as well. So that's what the ATF is suited for. So is it right for you? In summary, you've got a tune that's in the ballpark and you just want to fine tune, or you need to fine tune the air fuel ratios, either for better fuel economy or you want to try to get more power, then the ATF is perfect for that. You want something that's easy to install, i.e. with the ATF, everything is installed in the engine bay. You don't need to run any cables into the cabin of the car, and there's no control unit to mount inside the car. Everything is done from your phone. You adjust the settings, you do your diagnostics through the phone. Once you're happy with everything, you close the app and you've got nothing plugged in inside the cabin. It's a fit and forget item. So basically something easy to install that doesn't occupy any space in the cabin, and the ATF is suited for that. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Hopefully it explains to you, hopefully it tells you if the ATF is what you need for your specific circumstances. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to see videos about new products, videos about product features, basically videos like this one, how-to videos, i.e. how to set up our products, videos about new products that we've got in the pipeline. Obviously visit the MoviChip website to buy our products. We ship worldwide. Find the product that you need, add it to the cart, and choose your country, and it'll give you the shipping quote there. Again, thank you for watching. Again, subscribe to the channel, look after yourself, and I'll see you again next time.